Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, like I was saying, my name is Sanku Minje, the current IPR of African Youth Leadership of the Gambia chapter. I know most of you might have known me, but for the case of the others, that is why I'm introducing myself to you right now. So basically I would like to welcome each and every one of you here, both the volunteers and our esteemed guests, to take a part of their busy schedules to make sure they take part in this activity. So we have some of our esteemed guests here, but unfortunately it's only for Africa who is currently here, and the others are on their way coming. So but we cannot wait for them, because we need to be time conscious here, right? So in that regard, we need to do a short briefing and then we kickstart the activity. So I would like to let you guys know that today is not just more than that. Today is a very powerful day. Let you guys know that today is not just a big cleanup exercise. Today is a very powerful day to remind us that our environment is our shared responsibility. So we all need to take part in make sure that we clean the environment for a sustainable future. In that regard, I would like to welcome each and every one of you here, and I want you guys to stay safe, and work with enthusiasm to make a lasting impact for our planet. So this is our responsibility. We don't expect others to come and do this job for us. It is our own job. So we are the youth, and we are the people leaders of this movement. So this is one of our responsibilities that we all need to uphold, and then make sure we clean our environment. Because the moment environment is clean, that means there will be a clean and healthier planet. So in that regard, I thank you all for making sure to be in this part. So from here we would like to set ways as to where we are going to start the event and where we are going to end. So from there we will have another short discussion before the program ends. Thank you guys again for taking part of this activity. You are highly welcome.
I'm the coordinator for a big cleaning here on Fajara, and I'm also the owner of this bar here. I sell food. So I want to welcome you. I want to show you something that so these are the ones that we want to pick today. You see? So you can take it around. So this one, you don't need to take this one. This one, they are just natural. Plastic and car. That's what we have to collect. For this picture, you see, for the plastics, this is what it does to the, like the fish.
Bojan is a youth councillor for Kanifi Municipal Council and also a member of the advisory board for African Youth Leadership Hub, the Gambia. We will also be receiving Basiri J, is a focal person at Youth Connect, also a member of the advisory board of African Youth Leadership Hub, the Gambia. And we also have a representative at EU, and the person will shortly join us here. And we also have a representative of Raise the Young Foundation. Lady, you're highly welcome, okay? Thank you so much for your acknowledgement. And so in that regards, I would like us to kickstart the activity because we are fighting with time here. So in that regard, Council will take the lead. So here we are going to decide our second goal.
My name is Basiru J. I am from the National Youth Council. I serve as an advisor to the African Youth Leadership Hub. Yeah, basically, that's who I am.
Kindly provide the overview of the African Youth Leadership, their mission, and how does that align with your goal?
Yeah, first, I would just say it as a program officer at the National Youth Council. We are the body mandated to run the affairs of all youth organizations in the country and also advise government on youth matters and policy related. So that's why it's very important for me to be here as an advisor to the African Youth Leadership Hub as well as a staff of the National Youth Council. So the African Youth Leadership Hub focuses more on training young people with skills, enabling progress to make sure that they are very useful in their society. So today we are here at the beach to make sure that we collect all the plastics and also the waste to make sure that we live in a very safe and then healthy environment.
So what inspired the Gambia chapter?
The Gambia chapter under the leadership of Omar. Omar is a very young person who always trying to bring something for the country. So the Africa Youth Leadership Hub is a continental body. So Omar was the one who was trying to bring the chapter to the Gambia to make sure that also the young people are engaged and also doing what is expected of them to do.
So what are the specific environmental challenges related to beach pollution, and are they aiming issues are they aiming to address through the beach clean?
Yes, because here we all see what is happening in our beaches, especially on Sundays. We have lots of people coming to the beach, having their get-togethers or retreat or whatsoever, but they come with waste. But while leaving, they leave the waste here. So at times you think of what are we doing as human? Because this is the beach. There are marine lives living here. And one thing that people don't understand is that it is very dangerous to dump plastics and then waste in the beaches, because now, for instance, those who are fond of eating seafood, now if those microplastics are being consumed by the marine life, it goes back to the food chain. So meaning people eating dangerous things that can cause health risks. Now, plastic is something that do not decompose. So in science we call it non-biodegradable substances. It takes time for them to decompose. It's very, 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 very slow in the decomposing rate. And again, it releases chemicals in which that is very harmful. And
my name is Fana Sise, and I serve as the Core Africa Gambia Alumni President. So Core Africa Gambia Alumni is an association of trained young volunteers who have experience in serving in the rural community across the Gambia over a period of 1 year. So after our service, we formed the Alumni. We are the first cohort of Core Africa Gambia, and we are very happy to work with African Youth Leadership Hub Gambian chapter, because we feel like we are all doing one thing and we came together to amplify one another efforts. So we are very excited when we were invited to participate in this initiative event. So during the event, it was very successful because different young people come together and work. Taking action is very important when it comes to collaboration. And young people nowadays, we need to participate when it comes to leading our initiative, because one of the things we do is educating people. But apart from those education, what are we going to do? Because when you learn something without taking action, it's just like you know something without using it. So when we come here together today, this morning, we take action in cleaning our environment. And let me tell you, the truth is, every trash we remove here contribute in protecting our ecosystem, because we know that the land and the ocean are interdependent. So we take efforts in ensuring that we keep this environment clean and safe. So keeping the land clean and keeping the beach healthy is something that we did today, and I'm very happy to be part of that initiative.
So we know that climate change is everyone's business and it affects everyone, especially young people who are the most vulnerable today. So what advice do you have for young people in taking part to such initiative, in such initiative?
I think one of the things I will tell young people is that we are the cause of climate change, but we are also the solution to climate change. So whenever there's something like this, let us show up and participate, because it's very important. When we bring our efforts together, we amplify the results, we amplify the impact, and that's where we make the difference, because every small actions matters. From this cleaning to other activities, they help us a lot when it comes to combating climate change.
My name is Sangum Minde. I am the current IPRO of African Youth Leadership Hub, the Gambia chapter.
So can you give us an overview of African Youth Leadership and how does their mission align with your goal?
Okay, African Youth Leadership Hub Gambia chapter is a youth-led organization that has its main headquarters at UK. So though the main organization is called African Leadership Organization, so it has different chapters across different African countries like the Gambia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ghana, Freetown, and the list goes on. So our mission is to educate, enlist, and empower at least 1 million African youths in the next 10 years across the African countries. And our vision is to launch the next generation of African youths who are going to impact change for the generation of the future. So, and our focus area for our mission is some of the UN SDG goals, which is education, gender equality, entrepreneurship, and climate action. So basically you can see climate action is very related to our cause that we have here today, which is a beach cleanup exercise. So that is why we have different youths across different communities in the Gambia who gathered here to exercise and participate in this activity.
So what inspired the Gambian chapter?
I can say what inspired the Gambian chapter is that this is a development, and in development no one is sidelined. We are all included, and we all need to uphold a responsibility to take part in our decision-making process. So this is Africa, and when we talk about Africa, Gambia is not excluded. So that means we are also included. So that is why we take this responsibility upon ourselves to also participate in our development. So that is why the Gambian chapter is, inspired to take part in the decision-making process for a better Africa. So that is why we are embarking on different activities to make sure we meet our goal.
So how will this initiative impact the local communities?
I say as it can see, this is the first activity in 2025, and this is one of the action points in our action plan for 2025. So every year we implement different activities. So this is just a beach cleanup exercise, and we have a whole lot of activities that we are going to implement in the long run. So per se, we can say these activities are very useful because in whatever activity that we undertake, we always see impact in it. So we don't just want to implement activities, but then we also want to look at the outcome. What impact does that activity is going to be in our communities? So that is why we are trying our level best to make sure whatever activity that we implement is impactful to our community.
My name is Kumbaso, and yes, this is my first time. Yeah.
So how do you see the exercise so far? Have you learned anything new?
Yes, I did. It's amazing so far. The fact that you get to know how hard it is to get it cleaned up actually makes me more aware that whenever I am outside in the beach or in a public place, that to keep it clean. Because if you don't keep it clean, you're going to make it hard for someone else as well. Because if it's not clean, you're not going to be comfortable to do what you want to do. And it's peaceful. Seeing it so clean is peaceful. So, yeah.
So what message do you have for the youth out there?
The environment is ours. Whatever you do will actually reflect back on you. The fact that when we want to have fun or we want to have a peace of mind, we come to such places. I feel like it's very important for the youth out there to just keep the environment clean. The beaches, the roads, the streets, your homes, anywhere. I will encourage, and then there's and I also say, if you're out there, like for example in this beach, I haven't seen dustbins available. Let's try to see if we can get like bags with us when we are coming to the beaches, and then when we eat our plastic bags, let's put it back in our bags, and when we see a dustbin or anywhere that we can dispose them in a very healthy way, let's try to practice such methods as well until we get to that.
So are you looking forward in participating to another big?
Yeah, sure. I will anytime, anywhere. I'm available. I love giving back to the community. Like, this is our community. We don't have the money to give back, but but for us to just participate in keeping it clean or in the smallest way we can. Yeah, sure.
All right, thank you.